Hello, in this video, I'm going to show you some tips on creating one of these cards in the Daisy Meadows card making workshop. The card making workshop comes with everything you need to make the 16 cards. You get all the paper supplies for that. You would need to purchase your inks separately. It also includes this adorable stamp set, which I'll be showing some additional things you can do in future videos beyond just these cards featured. So here's the card I'm going to work on today, and mostly I'm going to concentrate on the stamping. I think you guys can figure out how to assemble it. So I've got the panel here that I need to stamp for the middle of the card, and I've got a little piece of scratch paper. I'm using the two grass stamps, and I put them both on the same block because I'm doing such a long thing, but you can separate them. So I'm going to ink them with our Fern ink and then stamp them along the bottom. Now notice I stamped it once and then slightly shifted it over and stamped it again. This gets the lights and the darks. It's called second generation stamping, and it kind of adds some texture to your stamping, shows some lighter and darker grass on there. So I just did that real quick along there. Now I'm going to take the stem for one of the flowers. I'm going to place 3 of these on my card, one in the middle and one on each side. And there's actually a second stem in the stamp set that's a little bit smaller. So I'm going to put one on next to each one of them, and then in the middle I'm going to put it on either side of the center flower. And you'll notice this makes an odd amount, which helps with stamping and making it look good. Now I'm taking one of the flower stamps and I'm going to stamp it off once and then stamp it on the card. Again, this is called second generation stamping. It helps you to get a variation of colors with just one stamp pad. So that's the smoothie ink, and I did that. Now I'm going to go back and stamp the centers, and this time I'm going to stamp it directly on there. I didn't stamp it off first, so you can see you can get the light and the dark from the same stamp pad. Next, I'm going to go through and I'm just going to add a few of these stamps without stems on them. So I'll just kind of do a few of them throughout there. I think I'll put this one right here and maybe one more going off the edge right there. The third flower on here is actually a die cut from the set, and so it's die cut in white, and I'm going to take a sponge dauber with the Sundance ink and just lightly color it yellow. And then I will take the stamp that goes on top of that, ink it in black. And then here's a little trick. Sometimes it can be hard to line these up, but if you put it on another color so you can see it better, popping off the white, then it makes it easier to line it up. So there, I've got that there. And I did 2 other ones ahead of time so you didn't have to watch me. And I can go through and add those to the flowers. So this gives you a little dimension, and also the black is going to tie it into the saying that's on the stamp set. So there's how you have your little panel right here. And then real quickly, I'm going to show you the ink, the stamping on the saying. So it has a frame right in the stamp set. So I'll ink that up with my Intense Black. And again, same thing. If you put another color underneath it when you go to stamp it, it can make it easier to line up. Hopefully I did that right. There we go. And then on this one, I'm going to take a sponge dauber and just do a little bit in the smoothie and kind of do a little sponge daubing on there. Kind of gives a little shadow effect there with that color. And then stamp the saying on top of it. And there you have the elements that you need to create your card. At this point, you would just glue it all together per the instructions, and you can add some little stitching here with your journaling pen and have an adorable card to send out. And this is just one of the 4 cards included in the kit.